You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, team.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Dallas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Dallas After Show.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly, and Bing is for doing, and we are doing another after show for Dallas. It is season 1, episode 7, Collateral Damage. And in the studio with us today, we have a very, very special guest from the show. Please say hello.
Hi, guys. How are you? Charlene Tilton here.
So you all know her as Lucy Ewing. She's joining us today with the fabulous Dorinda.
And I'm Ryan.
And unfortunately, AJ was unable to hang out with us today, and I know he's going to be really upset that he wasn't here when you were here. You know, he's a huge fan.
I know.
And then he's getting, caught up with the old season.
Okay,
so
good.
we'll to try to balance it all out, because our fans are serious. They wanted you to make the correlations and intertwine
Absolutely.
both shows, because Dallas was such a powerful show.
I have all 13 seasons. AJ is welcome to come here. It's kind of Sunset Boulevard. I have a martini and a cigarette. That's when I was young and cute, AJ.
If there's martinis, I'm coming over.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, we're all coming.
That's my very Sunset Boulevard moment. I was so young and cute then.
Where's my close up?
Yeah, where's my ready for my close-up?
Perfect.
With a lot of gauze.
You have a lot of stuff going on now. You're starring in a new movie called The Edge of Salvation, and we've got two of your director and co-star with us in studio today. So we'll get into that movie later on. But say hi, guys.
Hey, everybody. Hi.
Say your names.
I'm Jonathan Lipnicki, and I play JJ in the movie.
And I'm Luciano Saber. I'm the director of the film.
And the writer.
And the writer.
Oh, my God.
And,
I
and,
had,
I,
Fantastic.
and I also made coffee on set. No,
so many hats.
was that you?
It was me. I was the one bringing the coffee every morning.
Oh, you were bringing it. I was going to say, you didn't make that, because that was pretty good. That was
He's a man of many hats.
Yeah. So there was a lot going on in this episode tonight. It was pretty crazy. We've got Rebecca that's pregnant, and Christopher, and the whole Elena kind of love triangle. Rebecca's really trying to convince Christopher that she really truly loves him. She's sorry for breaking up his engagement to Elena, and she wants him, to kind of try to be a family. So I still don't get the nosebleed.
Yeah, I'm still, I still don't get it. I didn't know that was a telltale sign that you're pregnant.
Right. Have you ever heard of that? Because on the last episode, she was getting bloody noses, and she wasn't sure what was wrong, and she found out she was pregnant. And I guess that's a sign now that you're pregnant in Dallas, is the nosebleed. Have you heard of that?
that did not happen to me, no.
Well, I guess, to their credit, they did say that they ran a bunch of tests and they didn't realize, the nosebleed was from fatigue or, whatever. Yeah. And so it just so happened to find
that she was pregnant.
While they were doing the toilet. Twins,
Who
we
knew?
find out.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely huge, especially because Christopher is he really wants that family. He wants to be accepted fully for to be into the Ewing family. He wants that sense of family. So I think this is going to be really hard for him to kind of separate his feelings toward Rebecca, his hurt and his, keeps calling her a liar through this whole thing.
Right, because the easy thing would be for him to walk away.
Right.
But because of that family tie-in, and she knew exactly what she was saying when she sort of gave him that dig. And go ahead.
But my thing was, okay, did anyone not notice this? Like when there was just one baby, he was okay with walking away.
Yeah.
Now that there's two, all of a sudden it's like this light bulb goes off, and now I want to be the family man. You should have been like that even if there was just one kid.
I think it was
involved.
when he saw the ultrasound.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more. Yeah.
And I swear to God, I'm not kidding. I know 3 people that are pregnant that I have ultrasound pictures on my phone. So
It's more emotional, I think, when you actually hear the heartbeat, when you see that it's
yeah,
actually...
and they heard the heart. He heard the two heartbeats.
Yeah, so when it makes it more real, I think. Before, he thought she was a liar, and it was easier to just, I'm not going to believe you. I don't want to have anything to do with you.
See, to me, if I hear it's twins, that makes it easier for me to walk away. Because that's actually like too much work. Because I have one niece, and I'm running around like crazy. Like I can barely remember her birthday. I had to tattoo it on my arm. Like for two. I'm gonna run out of room.
In the way the episode even started out, when he's on the horse and he rides up to the tree, and I said that to you when we started. I was like
touching
here we
it like
go,
this.
it's the tree.
It's the tree of life of Dallas.
I didn't see that part.
It's the love life tree, the tree where all the initials or the
okay.
Bobby and Ann and
Jock and Miss Ely, they're like on there too.
Well, honey, that better be a big tree if Lucy's, because Lucy went through every guy in the old series. So that'd have to be a pretty big tree. Lucy.
Yeah, we need to find out where your name is on there.
Yeah.
Lucy has her own tree with her loves.
Lucy's love tree.
Lucy's love tree.
Perfect.
Yeah, so he goes and he's looking at this tree and all sentimental, rubbing his hand over where it says Christopher and Elena. And he's obviously still in love with her, because if it hadn't been for Rebecca, they would still be together.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a really hard thing for them, but it seems like Elena's just really, got her mind made up, especially now when she found out that Rebecca was pregnant. She just really wants to separate herself from that.
Which
But she's doing the right thing then.
Yeah. She is, absolutely. She doesn't want to come between him and that, and she knows how much family means to him, so she's trying to be the bigger person.
She is.
Yeah, and I thought it was. Would that be irony? And I might be using this like as Alanis Morissette did in that song, but it's
Here
irony.
we go. Isn't it ironic? Really? Here we go. Here we go. Let's hear this.
That it was Elena that told him that she was pregnant.
Right.
That Rebecca was pregnant. That it
Which-
wasn't Rebecca should have told him. I'm sure she was gearing up, but
Who does that?
Yeah.
I think no matter what, that's
you just
inappropriate.
go talk to your wife.
Right.
Just you don't say anything. Because
Right.
it wasn't like he was really prodding her all that much.
She never could keep a secret.
No. She literally put her hand on her hip and she's like, she's pregnant, and then turned around and walked away. Like, what?
Well, I think that's true. That's a little bit of an ex-girlfriend kind of dig thing to kind of take it away from Rebecca,
Yeah, that. Or maybe she was doing what he did to her like 2 episodes ago when he was saying you're just the maid's daughter kind of deal.
It could be.
That's just rude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was. Well, and the thing about poor Christopher, in every single episode, we have to discuss the fact that this kid was adopted.
Right.
In every episode.
With the birthing of the cow, now that cow has a new family now. Like, what is going on?
If you didn't watch even
We chose you, Christopher.
Yes, you were chosen.
You were chosen.
Right, but somebody is always bringing up that fact to this poor guy. Like, he can't just
That's because he's so good
down.
looking.
Yeah, well,
Gotta
that's
remind
true.
him,
Maybe one of the writers on the show was adopted and just going
just
through
has total
all the
issues.
full
Like, this is
issues
his
on
way
the
of getting
show.
his issues out.
Right.
But it's always taunting him, because even Rebecca does that. Like, I thought that it was really kind of ballsy of her to say what she said, considering what she did and the lie that she prolonged for 2 years, to say, I thought you'd be more adult about this, considering what your birth parents did. Like, that was just really inappropriate, I think.
It was really inappropriate, but I saw it coming.
Right.
Because, she... Look at what she did.
Yeah, she fights dirty.
Yeah, she fights dirty. I thought she would have held off a little longer. That's where I was a little surprised, but I knew that something was going to come out of her, because she's not going to change that quick.
I may have been reading a little bit much in the scene too, but she literally looked like she was just at her wit's end. Also just finding out that she's pregnant, she's just like, oh my God, I have all this going on. I just got rid of my brother or whoever he is too. I'm living alone now.
Figure that
Yeah,
out.
we don't know if we
It's
believe
still
that that's
creepy.
her brother.
I know. We need
What
some
do you think
inside
about
dirt.
that? Do you?
Tommy?
Tommy,
Yeah.
is that really her brother, or do they have some
I'm
kind
sure
of
it
like
is.
okay?
Really?
Okay.
I think it is.
We thought they had a weird relationship.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know what I did in my scene, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, she showed up a little bit late. She missed her scene. You were amazing, though.
Yes, it was fantastic. We'll
I don't
get
know.
into that.
My friends from New Jersey called me. They saw it and they said, "Oh, it was good. They definitely going to do something with you later on in the show." I'm going, "Cool, okay, awesome," because I have no idea.
No, it was a great episode for you, for your character. For
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, it was.
Good,
It
good,
And you
good.
looked sick. You look amazing. You
Oh,
look
awesome! I
posing.
thought you meant I looked sick like
No,
her.
like, sickening.
Sick in a good way.
Sickening.
I was a little jet lagged that day, so I had just flown in.
I may have had a headache that day. No, you look gorgeous.
So she kicks Tom. But did anybody of you notice at the end of the scene when Christopher storms out of the apartment after she gives him the whole birth parents thing, that she had this like crooked little smile on her face?
I didn't see that.
Did you guys see that?
That's where I came up with my little thing. Like,
I don't know how, I don't really think that she's all that changed.
She's just
and
a
all
great
that
actress,
star.
maybe.
I think maybe. I don't know. She had this weird little kind of sly little, I don't know, crooked
She
little
was
smile.
probably just wondering what they're having for lunch. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But I'm wondering, like, how, if she's really turning around or if she's not. I don't know.
well, I think we're going to hear more, and not that I'm trying to jump ahead, but we're going to hear more about Anne's story and why Anne is so, I want to say,
Connected
with the Rebecca Christopher story. I'm thinking maybe something like this very similar with Anne happen.
I have thoughts
and
on that too. So when we get,
I'm
into
thinking that Anne wants to believe in the best in her.
Well, at the end, who was the picture with the baby burning?
Right.
So is that
Yes.
Anne's baby? So Anne has a baby? Is that what that means?
I don't know. I mean, that's what we were speculating. Last week when we talked about this, that was one of the predictions that we thought
Right.
because
That was
she's
your
carrying
prediction,
around,
right?
because she carries around this locket that kind of made her go over the edge.
Right.
Was this locket that Harris had sent her, which caused all the conflict between Bobby and Harris. Was he sent her some flowers with this locket and
Right.
she just broke down.
I saw
so she's
that
been
part, yeah.
holding on to this. So I thought, it's got to be a child that she lost. Maybe that was, killed or accidentally killed or, something.
Maybe
if
she put it up for adoption.
Or she could have put it up for adoption, something. So that's what we thought, but we'll
Right.
find
Which, like, how,
know.
Well,
like just
Cynthia-
spill the tea.
Yeah.
Come on. I thought she was going to say I'm transgendered or something. Like, what? How bad is the secret going to be?
Well, come on. We got to spread the wealth a little bit. But the one thing is, the thing that's great is Cynthia has kept us all guessing and wondering and involved with the characters, which is a very hard thing to do on a continuation. It's not really a remake; it's a continuation.
Right.
Right.
And she's done a really good job. The writer has.
Yeah.
Cynthia.
Oh,
absolutely.
amazing.
Each week it's getting better
Yeah.
and better too.
And to mesh the original cast with the new cast, I think Cynthia Cedra has done a wonderful job.
And to your point with Anne too, like how the stories are very like on top of one another, so like you can
Yes.
relate the other characters and get them figured out.
Yeah, but it's definitely very interesting to see the way that the writer does this because it's a great thing. That was one of the things we talked about in our very first after show was how is this going to work? Because a lot of the reboots of these series don't usually do very well. But what? Stop it! I'm trying to be serious here.
She is out of control again.
There's no more crying on the set.
I'm not crying, see? Not crying.
I think I'm crying now.
No, but I do want to give a lot of credit to the writers because they really have done a fantastic job. And there are a lot with the comments and things that just we get on our shows. We see a lot of the viewers from the previous show that are coming back and really enjoying this and getting us up to speed and reminding of what happened then and how it's all interconnected.
And is Larry Hagman just the
Oh my
most
gosh.
amazing?
He's really amazing. He's
Forget
so
about
sharp. Like he delivers those lines
But
like
he's-
they're unbelievable.
He is amazing. And I remember years and years ago during the original just being amazed with his acting and saying, you're truly one of the best actors on the planet.
No, he's
Right.
fantastic.
He really is.
Yeah.
And he's 80 years old. He is amazing. And I think Patrick Duffy is even better now than he was.
I
Right.
think so
He's
too.
fantastic.
I really think
And
so.
he has aged beautifully.
Oh, he's
How
like,
long?
yeah, he looks
Yeah.
great.
He's
looks
like the
great.
Sean Connery. Like I call them the Sean Connery men.
Oh, really?
That age, they look better as they're older
he's
than when they
gorgeous.
did younger.
Yeah.
And to
Yeah.
me, he really is that way. And we have talked about that on the show too, how his acting is so much better now
Right.
than what it was back then. And even Larry Hagman, we were talking about that one scene when he was still in the nursing home.
Right.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
he didn't even speak and he controlled everything. Like that to me is amazing.
He just also he's played this character for literally forever. He just has it like so down, like you said with the look. He didn't even have to say anything. He's just so
Yeah.
on top of it.
But when you can steal a scene and you don't even speak,
And you
that
don't-
just shows how
Abso-
powerful and your
absolutely.
presence is.
He's so charismatic, and
Yeah.
he's such a brilliant actor. He is amazing. And
What was it like the first time you guys all were like on the set together? All when you guys all came back together for the first episode, was that like
for the
like when you were reunited with like JR and Bobby and Sue Ellen?
Well, they had already started, and I just came in for a little one-line cameo at the wedding in the first. It was really emotional for me. When we wrapped, I was choking up and crying because I guess I never thought I'd be playing Lucy at 150 years old.
Stop.
No.
I mean, God knows I could play Miss Ellie now. But it's like, but it's absolutely fascinating, and the fact that these characters are still alive in people's minds and just so iconic. And I was so young during the original when the original started that it wasn't until later on that I realized how
big of a deal it
yeah,
was.
and how amazing the show really was.
And you know what was really exciting talking about having the whole cast? I think it is the first episode of The Wedding, and you and Ray Krebs walk
I
up
know.
together. And it was so, I was like, they're still together. Like, it was so exciting.
Even though he's her uncle. Oops.
Like that just isn't mentioned.
Nobody talks about that.
That's so funny.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but we were really happy to see that in that first episode and how the original meshed in with this, and they didn't completely like write off the original. So I think that was one of a great thing that TNT did.
Yeah.
I think that's what sort of makes it work. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, everyone wants to see like the old mixed with the new and have all the stories together, and I hope they keep that up.
And they've done it so well, and it's not one of those where they have like the new people and they forget about all the old fans, which is so important.
Oh, I know, because
Yeah.
our fans are like they know their stuff. They remember things in the show that they have to remind me. I'm like, oh, that's right, that happened or that happened, and but I do think that the new cast is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Josh and Jordana and Jesse Metcalf and Julie Gonzalo. They're fabulous. Yeah.
Well, I think that Josh does a really great job keeping up with the JR. Like
Doesn't
he like being JR's son, like I think he does a fantastic job. That's a really, really tough tough shoes to fill.
It is.
And I think
Yeah.
he's doing a great job
Good.
at
He's
it.
great.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think that
I agree. Yeah.
he's just as scandalous enough in that sexy, mean way.
Right.
So I think he's doing good, especially because their cast is so much younger than when the original Dallas started out. Like their age seems to be a
Yes.
lot younger.
Yeah.
So having to deal with all of these issues, it's that's what makes it fun for me to watch, to see them at this younger age having to do that.
Oh, good. Yeah,
So-
I agree. Yeah.
So that brings us to John Ross and Elena and crazy, crazy Marta that we love so much.
I know.
Crazy pants. I love her.
So she's gone now.
Yes, I'm a little bit saddened by that. I kind of liked her little crazy.
I think they needed her around for a few more episodes, to be honest. I think they cut that off a little too short.
I didn't
That's
want her
my
to leave.
opinion.
I didn't
know.
either.
Yeah, they could have made it a little more Fatal Attraction.
Well, do you think that John Ross is going to be blamed for the murder? Of course he is.
Well,
Of course.
absolutely.
Well, because
you know?
the phone is left in the room, I think. So.
Well,
No, he grabbed the
He
phone.
grabbed the phone.
But the video, and then the scratch, like she's got his skin under her fingernails
Oh
from when
my
she
gosh,
Oh my
scratched
God, I didn't
him.
even think about that.
Yeah. So maybe, okay, so let's backtrack a little. So this is how it happened. So Vicente comes and threatens John Ross again. He wants his oil.
Right.
And John Ross is trying to buy some more time. So he barters with him and makes a deal for more time by giving information. And this is what we discussed last week. We weren't sure, did Marta just get paid or did she skim? Because remember, I thought she skimmed, but then we thought maybe she just got paid. So we found out she skimmed off of the deal. She lied to Vicente about the purchase price of South Fork and pocketed the difference of the money.
Right.
That a
So-
girl.
Yeah,
So
businesswoman.
yeah, she is. She got to take care of herself. So John Ross tells him this and says, she's been a pain for me. Keep her away from me. Keep her away from us. And give me one more week. I'll get you your oil. So he sends, Vicente sends his thugs out to take care of Marta.
Right.
Just
Right.
as John Ross is walking out.
Right.
Right.
But was that planned? That's what I'm trying to think. Like, was he trying to set him up? Was Vicente trying to set John Ross
Right.
up. That's,
No,
that's
no.
what you think.
No,
or
because
is it
she
just-
called. No, because she called him on Elena's
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
She brought him there. So
Right.
I think it was
It
just,
just
a
happened to be
coincidence.
happenstance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say answer it. Let's talk to him. Who's on the phone?
What's happening?
Is it Larry Hagman?
Let me see. It's not. No.
Text him, tell him to call in. Yeah, but no, because you remember Marta was following John Ross around when they went on their date.
Yeah.
When he was on his date with Elena at the best jalapeno burger in town.
Exactly. By the way, that was creeptastic. I was like, oh, because at first I was like, is he imagining it? And
Right.
then she's having lunch with Sue Ellen, and she's sitting behind
Behind,
her.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is really creepy.
Right.
Yeah, and she looks different in every episode.
Yeah,
And
I know.
then I love
Yeah.
that when he went outside, like she's vanished too. She was like, this like
Like a ghost.
like
Yes.
just vanished.
Yeah, and she always looks fantastic, by the way. Marta
yeah,
always
but-
looks,
yeah.
this episode, not so much.
She's like in her
A little
peak
haggard,
of, in
a
her
little
peak of
haggard.
cray cray.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
what it was.
Money, her accounts got frozen. She was scared, so I think she was a little extra psycho than normal.
Yeah.
A little bit
Push over the edge.
push over the edge a little bit.
Took some extra pills or
But
something.
now wait a second though. If that video is going, it will show the people that did it.
Right.
Right.
Oh.
But I'm thinking maybe they saw that and took it,
it.
so all the evidence they have is her skin under the nails.
Right. So now they have that extra footage. Like we'll help and get you out of jail and release you from this. But
Now we're getting
right.
into CSI Dallas.
Exactly.
Because I think it might give them, obviously give him the upper hand again over John Ross on something when he's trying to get this oil. So
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's really interesting.
We'll see.
But also, what do we have next with that?
So we have John Ross, Elena, which that goes into the whole thing with Marta because he comes home to tell her how much he loves her and wants to be with her, and then the cops show up.
Right. And then we also have Sue Ellen because like this whole show is so like everything's so interconnected. It's so hard to separate all the storylines out because John Ross goes to Sue Ellen and tells him what's going on with this oil and these thugs. And what does he say if things go wrong?
What did he say?
What is that? What was that quote? Did you write it down?
The whole deal will go tits up.
Tits up.
They have the best one lines, by the way,
They
on your
do.
show. They
Yeah.
really, really do.
But I have to say, with JR not being seen as much, like we're missing some of the really good one-liners.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. He has the greatest.
He really does.
Lines.
Yeah, they write spectacular for him.
Yeah. So so Sue Ellen suggests that he goes to Elena to have her float him some barrels because she says they need oil. It doesn't have to be South Fork oil. It can be anybody's oil. And he really doesn't want to get her involved, so he keeps her out of it.
Right.
But Sue Ellen goes on her own and has this talk with Elena.
Right.
She gives
And-
a full read at that
Yeah,
table.
and she basically kind of tells her, "Hey, I'm your only investor, investing in your little business."
Right.
So
While
you need
she's
to
signing
make-
the check,
Yeah.
literally, she's like,
Yeah.
You need to make a better, you need to make sure you make the right choice.
Right.
So I think she guilts her a little bit into helping. Well, I think Elena too. I think she cares. She wants to help. She just doesn't want to get in the middle.
right.
Yeah, and I mean, Sue, what did she say? Oh, I wish I would have wrote that line down about choosing sides.
Oh, she said, "I hope when you have to choose between your child or someone else that you choose wisely."
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
yes, which I
Which is
thought
sort
was
of
a
the theme of the
great-
whole show.
Yes.
Is you do have to make a choice. You do have to take sides at one point.
Are we going to see Sue Ellen drink again?
I hope so. I hope
That's what
so.
we've been talking about.
Yeah, I
don't
mean-
know.
I know. I'm tired of her drinking tea and coffee. I need her to have some booze.
Something's got to happen. I mean, because certain things are starting to roll down the line for her. A, she's running for governor. That's very stressful. Harris already kind of said,
Right. A little
Yeah.
shady. You're kind of be working for me now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Take this check. She's like, no, I
Right.
can't. Oh, yes, you will.
Her son's in prison.
Her son's in prison. That would just make me want to drink. Just having my son in prison.
Right.
Yeah, well,
It's gonna make me have a drink right now.
Well, maybe she can, kind of soothe her stress with some good online shopping.
Yes, exactly.
I
yeah.
love online shopping. And one of the greatest things that we have here at AfterBuzz that helps us keep doing these fantastic shows is you can go straight to AfterBuzzTV.com and we have an Amazon banner. You click on our Amazon banner and you can do all of your online shopping through our site. And we get a little kickback for that to be able to have these fabulous shows and special guests in to talk about your favorite shows. So please make sure you go to AfterBuzzTV.com, click on our Amazon banner and do all of your shopping. It's free. It's just one extra click.
Exactly.
I spend lots of money doing that.
Yay!
All the time.
I know, it's terrible. So Elena's going to help save John Ross, give him some oil, but now he's getting arrested.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was a great moment. She's like, I'm here. I'm going to help you. And then all of a sudden you see the cop cars.
Right. You see the light like flash. I'm like, am I imagining or what is the cop coming? Of course.
And he knows. He's just kind of, because when he sees Marta's body, like, because they threw her off the balcony. So her body's on top of this car and he's just standing there. And I think he knows because when he was walking out, he kept, pressing his neck for where she scratched him. And
Which isn't there a less messy way of killing someone? Why don't you just like shoot her? Like throwing a screaming person off the balcony.
In broad daylight, by the way.
Daylight.
Yes. In broad daylight. Let's talk about
just
that
seems
one.
like just pull out a gun.
Well, no, that's how these people are. Like they pull no punches. I think that's a statement.
Is that the Venezuelan way?
That's the way they do it. Hey, you don't have my oil. I'm gonna throw you out the window.
Yeah, and he shouldn't have left. He should have just stayed there.
Exactly.
I know it was out of fear that he left,
Right.
but if Smart Man would have just stayed,
Right.
Yeah.
You're busted either way at this point.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I was up there 2 minutes ago. I just got down, and now she's here.
Yeah. So.
That's a hard one to explain.
But he stood there for a good couple of minutes just staring at her. So it's not like he just just ran away automatically.
But then it doesn't look so, that makes it even worse because he's just staring at her. People are staring at him and then he walks away.
Yeah,
It's just like,
and then he kind of like scattering.
But then I guess you have to sort of, what the hell would you do? I'd be like, you know what I mean? Scream, run around crazy. Like I don't know what are you
was
going
just
to do.
talking to this crazy chick 5 seconds ago and now all of a sudden she's...
Check her purse for pills and run.
How did he know she didn't jump?
He doesn't. That's true. She was scared.
You're so insightful. You have all these little clicks.
That's a good thing because we know that because we see the guys coming into her room.
Right. He doesn't.
He doesn't. So she could have committed suicide.
Yeah, she could have.
She was scared. She needed help. She didn't know what to do.
And
she
he knows
money.
how crazy she is.
She's a little bit on the crazy side.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a good one.
Sitting on the couch drinking wine, watching the sex tape over and over again because she misses her boyfriend. I mean, that's a little crazy. I mean, well, that's just a Tuesday night for me. I don't know.
But no, she was good. She stole Elena's phone.
It's a lot. It's a lot on this show. Sorry, go ahead.
So she stole Elena's phone to get John Ross over there. So when he goes back to the house, he's just really happy to see that she's okay and all of that stuff. So now Pretty Boy's in prison. It's not good to be in a Texas jail, I'll tell you that.
No.
Especially judging by the preview for next week.
I know.
Like, it looks like he gets a little beating.
He's going to get tossed around a little bit.
Oh, I know. That looks rough. I didn't know, even from just watching it, just for a few seconds, they're going there.
Right.
I didn't think they would go there.
Yeah.
In some shows, they'll just, next scene, he's like, has a black eye.
Right.
No, they're going to show
No.
it.
He's thrown like a rag doll.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Well, and
Bring it
also,
on.
you didn't help him. He came to you. John Ross came to Lucy
Right.
asking for help.
I know.
And you didn't help him.
Your allegiance is with Bobby.
I guess.
You've chosen your side.
Yeah.
Well, for the time being.
Oh.
I have no idea what that means. I don't even know if I'm coming back next season. For the time being.
Well, hopefully we get to see a lot more of you.
Well,
but
if we get our 2 cents, she needs to be back with a bigger role next season.
back with a bang.
Oh, that would
From
be
your
fabulous.
mouth to God's ears.
Exactly.
I would love it.
Well, somebody
Exactly.
has to represent Gary, so that needs to be you. You
Right.
know? I know he signed over his shares to Bobby, but still, you should be that voice in there. So hopefully you can do that.
But I had a percentage, and I don't know. And I'm
And
not
where's your
sure.
money?
I don't know.
Well, maybe that's what you were discussing with Bobby when
I don't know.
when
See-
John Ross came and caught you there and was like, what the hell? Why? I thought you were on my side.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe that's what the negotiation was, and then so hopefully that'll draw out, and we'll see a little bit more of that.
Right.
So that'll be interesting to
Yeah,
see.
I'm working it out.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Oh.
So do they tell you guys beforehand, or do you just get your one scene? Do you get to see the whole script before you come in to shoot? How does that work? Do you get to know any of the inside secrets, or do they keep it very private on the set?
No. I mean, we got to read the script, which is great because I mean, it's fabulous reading, obviously,
Right.
and so. But with my character, with Lucy, I just wasn't. I mean, I'm there, and I'm not quite sure if they have more plans. If they have any more plans for Lucy, I have no idea.
Well, at
Are
least
you
they've
allowed to
kept it
say are you
open.
on any more episodes this season?
I'm not on anymore. No. So this was episode 7, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so there's 2 more episodes. No.
Oh, okay.
So, and then, but it did get picked up for 15 more.
Which is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, and the ratings are through the roof. People love it.
Yeah,
and
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yay!
No, so it's great.
Yeah.
So are there any like fun little shenanigans that you've seen when you've been on set? Anything you guys played tricks on each other, or even back in the original? Did you like trip Bobby and make him fall in the pool when he was supposed to be doing a serious scene or anything?
Oh God, there were always jokes. There was one time when Lucy was at a party. Lucy was taking pills. Sue Ellen was drinking. And one of my favorite episodes is I was ditching school and I was on pills, getting high. Sue Ellen was drunk and pregnant, and she falls down the stairway, and I'm high, and I'm looking at her, and I watch her go boom, 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 and she's going down the stairs, and I go, oh, Sue Ellen go boom.
No.
And I'm like, and so Lucy's high, and so Lucy goes to a party, and Bobby, of course, as always, the white knight, Bobby and Ray come and find Lucy at this party. And so we had done the take, and they have to drag me away, and the director says one more. I'm like, really? God, that was great. I was, okay, one more. So we do it again, and all of a sudden, Patrick and Steve Canale, they take me and hold me upside down, and we're going to find these pills that are shaking me by my feet. Patrick was always, and Larry were always, they were always doing something, always food fights. Always
What's funny, the blooper reels that are on like YouTube are like hysterical. Looks like everyone had so much fun like every single day.
We worked hard. We did. We worked hard, long, hard hours, but it was a lot of fun. And there was one where Sue Ellen was passed out drunk on the side of the road, and Patrick and Pam, Bobby and Pam are there at the side of. They drive by her car, see her passed out, and Bobby says, "I got to get her home. We got to get her back to the ranch." And all of a sudden, Victoria principal doesn't know that he's going to do this, and he starts taking his clothes off, and underneath is a Superman suit, and he grabs Sue Ellen, and he's like, up in a screw it, we'll walk.
Awesome.
So there was always,
One thing we've consistently said on the show is that we think that the South Fork Ranch looks kind of small for how big it, like all the scenes are on TV. We're like, where are all these rooms and like all this shenanigans? Like, how small is it when you're actually there? Because none of us have actually been there.
The ranch looks bigger, I think, on television, and I just think it's great, though, that we're all living in the same house.
I know, right?
Yeah, everybody has a house on this land. Everybody, has a room. Everybody has
Elena has a
something.
room. Like,
Elena
what
has a
is
whole
she
little
doing there?
cottage back
Like,
there.
Yeah, well,
she has a
don't the
whole
ranch,
wing.
all the ranch hands have their own little cottage.
There's a lot of land.
Yeah,
You
there's
could-
acres and acres
Yeah,
and
you
acres,
could
yeah.
build.
But I mean, I think at this point she probably has her own money. She could maybe move out. Just saying.
We all had our own money. I mean, really.
But she's not a part of the family. She's the maid's daughter.
It had to be brought up one more.
I know. Why do you
You're
have
just
to-
the maid's daughter. Get out.
And you're adopted, and
Hit it. Take your pills and liquor.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know. But it's also interesting to see when you revisit the original series, the storylines. And, for that time, they really went to some dark places and dealt with a lot of crazy stories. Because, when I go back and look at them now, it's just, I can't believe that they were doing those
They
types
did.
of stories
Right.
then.
they pushed the envelope. One of my favorite storylines for Lucy was when Lucy was engaged to be married to the son of another wealthy Texas family, Kip Mainwaring, and he came out of the closet and said he was gay, and that was that was over 30 years ago, and that was the
Yeah.
first time that had really been dealt with on television. And they weren't even allowed to say gay; he had to say homosexual.
That's funny. We were asking that if there was.
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
were
remember
asking.
a
Yeah, we
gay
didn't remember
character
that.
on that
Yes,
show.
no, he had to say, and he came out of the closet, and JR knew he was gay, and JR said, I'm going to out you in front of everyone, and I said to him, I'll take care of JR, and I love those times when Lucy would stand up to JR. I loved those. Back in the day, so that was
Yeah.
fun. But Lucy, that was like a 3 or 4 episode arc for Lucy. That was my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah, because
that's-
they handled it so well. It was great, and but the new show, they're doing some amazing things.
No,
They
they
are.
really are.
And isn't the look of the show rich? It's like a feature film. It's
It's
beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous. We say that
It's
all the time
gorgeous,
too. Like all the
yeah.
locations, like it's just shot so well.
It's just gorgeous. They're doing an amazing job. So
She's going to get on season 2 no matter what. She's going to keep going on. It's just beautiful. I love everything. Give me a check. Give me a check, people.
no, but I mean, I'm a genuine fan of it. I mean, it's great. Whether they bring me back or not, it's a damn good show. It's shot beautifully. They've got great people on it. It's fabulous. Please bring me back.
We need to start an online campaign.
Exactly.
So please go to iTunes. You can go to iTunes and download our podcast, rate, comment, and let's start a We Need to See Lucy on Season 2 campaign.
I already have a storyline.
You do?
Yes, because you were just saying how you're supposed to have shares.
Yes.
And you
in Ewing Oil,
yeah. And then you go to John Ross because you feel like he's been done wrong somehow. And you side with him and do like a whole thing. I got it.
But I think it needs to involve that homosexual from back in the day. We need to find him and see what's happening with him. We won't call him gay. We'll be like, just bring out the homosexual.
Well, Lucy
with my shares.
With my shares.
That's what we should do.
Yes.
I know. I think I'm drinking too much.
Or maybe Lucy's turned the table by now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, what's going on with Anne? Anne is starting to kind of fall.
She is. She was so strong when the series opened, like, getting crazy with the gun, shooting people, like reading JR, and now she's literally falling apart.
I don't like it.
I don't either.
But we're going to find out why. It was in the envelope. It burnt, so.
Yeah, well, I don't know if she's actually going to, come out and say anything, which I hope that she does. But I love, and that just, again, goes into Bobby's character, how he's like, I'm not even going to open this. I want you to trust me.
He is such the white knight, isn't he?
Always.
Which one of us at this table, if you're a significant other, every secret that you need to know.
Honey, I'm going to rip that envelope
in 2 seconds.
I would have been like, I'll kill her. What
In 2
that bitch do? I would be like, let me see.
I read my boyfriend's text messages. Of course I'm going to read an envelope. You crazy?
Charlene Ball and Charlene Tilton, hello.
Hello. What about you?
Oh, of course. I would have ripped that open. I would have, kind of cut it across and, tried to seal it back.
Not me. I would have ripped it.
I would have done the whole, teapot
what's
thing.
this? Exhibit A. Tell me now.
Lift the tape and just read
I'm not even going to ask you. I know you would check in 2 licks.
What I would do, I present it as if I didn't do it.
And to
then see if they would say
I was
something.
thinking that too. That's how crazy I am. I'm just as crazy as you.
Everybody's got a little bit of Marta inside them.
Exactly.
Thank God.
So I think that, obviously we think that it's a child. We saw the pictures burning of her with a baby.
Yeah.
And she was at the park staring at
the
the kids.
Okay, if you really want to get technical, the picture looks sepia toned to me. So it looked like it looked like it was I don't know.
Well, I think it's supposed to because they're
trying
to make it a little bit, older. But it was clearly a picture of her though, right? I thought it was.
It looked like it, but okay.
Let it out. Take a breath.
It did look like it was from the 1960s almost, even like the haircut and what she was wearing.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't think Anne's that old.
No, it's not at all.
Yeah, so it was like I didn't feel that picture really. I knew it was. That's what I think it is, but I was like, she looks really old.
What if it's like
picture.
a twin sister or something? What if it was like her mother with a baby? And that was her sister. And maybe she
got cloned. I mean, what are you talking about?
Maybe she accidentally killed her sister, and that's what she's like. That's her deep dark secret.
She killed the sister and the baby, her twin sister.
Maybe when they were younger or something. No, there's a picture of this kid.
Hey, well, one thing I've learned: anything can happen on Dallas.
That's true.
Yeah, and I think there's more to it because a baby. Okay, that's sad if the baby died and all that stuff. That's very sad. But why is not something you can tell your husband of 20-something years?
Maybe she was drunk driving and the baby died.
Because I'm thinking
Something
she
like
had
that.
something to do with the baby's death.
Right.
I'm thinking she maybe accidentally killed the baby. That's why she doesn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
That's what I
But then that's shades of Desperate Housewives.
Exactly. And she's Desperate Housewives too, right?
She was the voice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And every so often she'd pop up in one of those,
flashback
scenes. That's
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
But I don't know. I'm kind of interested. But I really love Mitch Pelleggio, who was from the X-Files. Mm-hmm. He's fantastic in this role as Rylan. Harris Riley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's so good at it, and you really hate him.
Isn't
Right.
he? I think he's fabulous.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah,
he, like
he's
he
great.
does his job.
Yeah.
Like anybody when they're playing the character, and I always say because it's easy to like a character, it really is, but it's even harder to hate a character. And when they do it, he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, to really actually get that passionate about, every time you see them, you're like screaming at the television
Oh, yeah.
and
And
like,
I-
what does this guy want? And that sort of thing.
And when Bobby bitch slapped him,
That was still amazing.
I'm still
Didn't
thinking
even
about it.
punch him. That was the best thing because that's so much more emasculating, I
Yeah.
think, to get slapped than it is to get punched in the face.
Which I'm like, how do you get brought up on charges for that? Like, what do you put on the right? Bitch slap on the ticket, and it's gonna ruin your career, Bobby. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna ruin your career.
Well, even when he told Anne, he's like, yeah, I kind of slapped him around a little bit.
Take that.
Exactly.
It's just so it's really the show is just so good.
It is amazing.
Can't even-
So
I
there's a
can't.
lot.
I'm glad you guys
lot.
are enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, we've
know.
got twins. We've got like a secret baby going on. We've got somebody's in prison.
A dead
Tons-
drug addict.
Yeah, tons of stuff going on.
And the henchman for
Bum.
Cliff Barnes.
Oh right.
Driver,
Frank.
not henchman. That's Bum is the
Yeah.
which
Right.
is awesome. The guy's name is Bum.
Love bum.
Yeah, but his name is not Frank. It's Rahid Dahani, and they tell the story of how Cliff found him basically in the
Raised
street
him, basically.
and raised him. So there's going to be so much more to that story happening, and I was wondering what was going to happen with that.
Yeah,
That's all gonna
especially-
come out, I think, at the end.
Yeah, because he's not leaving his empire to him, and that and he was like a son to him. So there's got to be some animosity there. So we'll see that. So maybe he'll side a little bit with JR, and it'll
Right.
be kind of
Why
like a double-
JR's in Vegas? Like all that stuff has to be revealed.
We
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
have to know. They're dragging that out a little, so that'll be fun to see.
We gotta see.
Patience.
Yep.
can't wait.
Good time.
Well, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about you and your new film, and
Okie dokie.
chat with our special in studio guests.
Yay!
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AFTERBUZZ TV. And why? Because AFTERBUZZ TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows. Like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AFTERBUZZ TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AFTERBUZZ TV goodness. Check them out. Give them a holler. And tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
Oh, that woolly bear.
We're back.
I gotta go home and
We're back.
Okay, put your headphones on. Let's get it together.
Get it?
Get it together.
Wait, she's having problems.
Wait, hold on a second. Oh, how's this work? Okay.
She's very, very coordinated, I swear.
Yeah. There she go. But she can deliver a line.
I have never been in a studio in my life. And this is water, really. Is.
Yeah.
Did you spike that water before
No,
you sat down?
I did not. No.
Whiskey and water.
So, you are starring in a new movie called The Edge of Salvation. And tell us a little bit about your part in that.
I play a character called Sarah Malone, and she's married with a daughter and an adopted son, and they have gone through some very tough financial times, and we find out through the course of the movie that the husband had some unsavory dealings financially, but they've lost their money, so they've lost their beautiful mansion in Malibu and have to move to an area in North Hollywood where they used to do volunteer work and all these things, and it's actually kind of something that a lot of people are going through right now. It's a real feel-good movie, but it actually is. But it's a story of her faith, her tenacity to get through it, and how she does it with the kids. And then there's a murder, or not a suicide, and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, Jonathan, where do you fit into all of this? Are you murdering people?
Okay,
or what
first
are
of all,
you doing?
do you recognize
I
this
do,
gentleman?
of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes.
Jonathan Lipnicki.
He's famous. He's famous.
And our wonderful writer-director, Luciano
Luciano.
Saber.
Yes.
I got
But I was so thrilled to get a chance to meet and work with Jonathan because, of course, we all remember him from starting as. How old were you when you started acting? You were.
I did my first film, which was Jerry Maguire, when I was 5.
That was your very first
Yeah.
one. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
He played
Yeah.
Renee Zellweger's.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Unforgettable. I mean,
Great role.
I don't know like how much you appreciate or kind of get tired of hearing, people quote your most famous line.
I don't get tired of it. It's one of those things where I'm extremely grateful. And I mean, I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for that. I'm just really excited that it's carried over enough that I've continued working.
No, it's
And
great.
I'm just really excited for the next few years. So.
Yeah. How old are you now?
I'm 21.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
get him a drink.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That was
But,
that
I mean,
long ago?
I know,
know.
like, oh my
long
God, it
time
makes
ago.
me feel
Wow.
like so
But
crazy
but that
old
was
right now.
really Renee Zellweger's breakout role as well.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
it really was.
Yeah.
She is. I mean, I have to say, she's like one of my all-time favorite actresses. I love her so much.
She is
really
unbelievable.
She is. She's like one of my top 3. I love
Yeah,
her.
she's great.
Yeah.
Very great.
So, and you were just obviously adorable and little scene stealer in
Thank
that.
you.
Total scene
Yes.
stealer.
But what's great is that he plays this evil thug gang member in our movie.
What?
He
Yeah.
tries, he hits on old mama here. Then he tries to break in our house and rape my daughter. And he's a
Jonathan!
I know.
I know.
That is
No.
a far cry from that lovable kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's far from the human head weighing 8 pounds, isn't it?
Well, they always are cute in the start, but I always say once they get older, it just gets uglier from there.
Yeah.
It's just, anytime you can take an opportunity to do something that stretches yourself,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, I was so scared the night before we started filming because we did that attempted rape scene the first day.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know the girl I was going to do it to, and I was having anxiety, and I was just like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? But, it really, I settled into it. It was a stretch, but I did the research. I met with former gangbangers and, worked on it with my acting coach, and I put a lot into it, so hopefully that is going to show in the movie.
God,
Oh,
Luciano, you
fantastic.
threw him right in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
First off, break the ice.
Day one.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, it's like, hi.
Thanks, man.
It showed on
Literally,
this.
it was like, hey, I'm gonna rape you today. And I was like, it was so scary. It was so scary. But everyone was so nice on set. Charlene,
Especially
is
me, right?
amazing, amazing. She's wonderful. So I mean, they really made me feel comfortable, and
Cool.
it was a crazy experience.
So how does your character look? Are you like tatted up? Do you have, all
I have a tattoo going from here to my ear.
from your neck all the way up to
Yeah,
your ear?
from
Nice.
my throat to my ear, and it is really cool because I sent pictures to my friends, and they're like, "Who's that guy?" It's me.
What is the tattoo of?
a lizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like crawling up my neck.
Did you have
Awesome.
to get it like on every day, or how did
Yeah,
it?
every day. I tried to keep it on, because I thought it was hilarious. I'd go out after and I'd
He
go
wasn't
to, like,
allowed to
dinner
shower.
with it.
Hello.
I mean, the looks I would get. I went to the gym after we were filming one day, and people were kind of like stepping out of my way, and I'm like, yeah, I like this,
he's hardcore.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's scary
Yeah.
that he got into the role. I mean, he was really convincing. That's what scared me.
Yeah,
Really?
it was good. It was good.
So tell us a little bit about this film and what, since you wrote, right?
Yeah,
What's the,
yeah, I wrote.
what's the basic storyline?
Well, you guys were talking about Sue Ellen and her problems. Now, wait till you see Sarah Malone's problems.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
it's,
kidding.
this woman here has some serious problems dealing with her teenage daughter, losing their money, losing their house. Her husband disappears. She can't find him. They have to move to this bad neighborhood where this guy gets introduced. There's some serious issues here. And then she discovers some really devastating things that happen.
That my
And-
husband was involved in that I had no
Yeah.
idea. And my daughter turns up pregnant too.
And yeah, and then we're letting the cat out of the bag. Here. But
Spoiler alert.
every 7 pages or so, we have a twist in the story.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
yeah.
So when can we expect to see this? Is there a trailer out or anything that fans can go and check out?
I don't have. We just finished shooting about 2
Oh,
weeks ago, so I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I have about an hour edited. So
Oh wow, good.
yeah,
quick.
so yeah, another week or so I'll have a rough cut. Then we'll do a picture lock. We'll do some sound and adjustments and color correction and so forth. So I'm thinking about September.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
we're gonna have the trailer out and all that. So
That'll
Yeah.
be pretty soon.
Yeah, it was good. It was. I mean, it was a quick shoot, but when you do those kind of things, it's all for one for all. It's a team effort, and everyone gets in there and get into the trenches, and you just do it. So it was good.
Doesn't Dallas come back on in September?
It starts filming the end of September.
It
yeah.
starts
Okay.
filming then.
I think. I'm saying like I know what the heck's going on. like
When is her first day?
Like I've been invited back to the party.
I'm assuming that you will be, but but we know that you know all about like competitive sports and like all of that. You participated in a little competition show, didn't you?
It's a very big competition show.
It's huge. It's really big, actually.
In the UK, it's called Dancing on Ice. It's like our Dancing with the Stars, and if you can imagine, it's literally 10,000 times bigger. And this is my first. I had never ice skated. I'm 50 years old. I put on ice skates for the first time.
Wow.
And this is my first time.
Here she comes.
And we get to train for 3 weeks.
And your partner's Matthew
Matthew
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, my little sweetie pie.
You look
Oh, you look
fantastic. You look great.
This was so hard.
How nervous were you?
Well, this was my very
Because
beginning.
it's nerve-wracking the first one.
I got really big. I got much better, but I lasted halfway through the show.
Here she comes. I love
You only trained for 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks.
it. It's brutal, though.
It is brutal. I have a torn rotator cuff to prove it.
How many days a week did you practice?
Every day.
Every day?
Wow.
Every day. I was so nervous. Actually, now that I'm watching this is so, compared to what I did after this is,
Well, if anyone wants to see the later ones, they can tune in and go on YouTube and see all the
YouTube, yeah.
performances.
yeah.
So Skating with the Stars, they can find you on YouTube. to
Dancing
check
on
it-
Ice.
Dancing
Dancing
on
on
Ice.
Ice. Sorry,
YouTube,
sorry.
yeah, Dancing on Ice.
Oh wow, look
Oh,
at that.
wow, look at
that's
that.
That's for your first time.
Yeah.
That's awesome for your first time.
I love it. How well
But-
did you do on the show?
I made it like halfway through, and I got to tell you, in all honesty, I couldn't have lasted another day. I was done.
Done.
My shoulder was a mess. It's still a mess. I got to get it fixed. So it was, but I had a blast. And you know what's great is that right before this came in, I had a real aha moment in my life, and I just said, you know what, everything is changing. I'm going to take every opportunity. I wanted to live life and make the most of it that I can. I lost somebody that was very dear to me, very close to me. I passed away very suddenly in front of me, and it was just, it just really threw me for a loop. I was devastated, but it made me take stock of my own life. I tried to get healthy. I quit drinking, smoking, eating better now, and so I said, I'm going to take every opportunity that comes my way. So they called me and wanted me to come and meet with them for this at the Pickwick Ice Skating Rink. So I bring my daughter thinking she is going to have the voice of reason and say, Mom, you're crazy. You're way too old for this. You can't do this. So I go, they go, oh my God, this is great. We want you for the show. And Cherish says, Mom, I go, Cherish, what do you think? Thinking she's going to say, oh, no. She goes, great, Mom, you should do it. I'm like, really? And I went and I did it, and I had the best time. And Matthew Gonzalez, my partner, is adorable. He's a friend of
Yes.
yours. He's adorable, wonderful skater. And I had a great time.
That's fantastic. and
Learning
that's,
something completely. I never wanted to ice skate. I loved watching ice skating my whole life. Loved watching it. But
It's just so rewarding to challenge. I mean, that's so outside of your comfort zone, I'm sure. And to challenge yourself like that, and when you each week emerge from it, like, you just feel like there's nothing you can do to even replace like how good that feels.
It is amazing. It's a whole, because literally I was the one on the couch with a drink and a cigarette watching it on TV.
Right.
And now I was actually the one doing this. And it was, it's a whole different.
Well, I've been to Pickwick ice skating rink, and I have to stay on the edge all the way around. So bravo to you for being able to do tricks and do all that. It's fantastic, especially in only like 3 weeks.
Well, the funny thing is too, when I auditioning for the show and they met me, they said, it was Torval and Dean, Olympic ice skating pairs champion. They said, wow, you've got a real natural balance. And my daughter and I just started laughing. And they go, what's so funny? I looked at Cherish and I said, do you tell him or I do? I said, go tell him. I said, what do I do more than any person on the planet? Fall down, which is, I fall if I'm walking up the stairs, down the stairs, standing in tennis shoes or in my big high heels, just standing still. I fall down all the time. On the ice, for some reason, I could balance. I don't know why. I had a natural ability, so it was fun.
Great. That's
Yeah.
Well, you looked amazing.
So and of course Maria Menounos did the Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Was she amazing?
She really
I mean,
So
she was
gorgeous.
truly like the hottest thing on the planet.
Yeah,
I
she's just
mean,
ridiculous.
Wow, and she did such a great job.
Yes.
Yeah, but
She-
she even said, talking about how you
She
cheered
got hurt, though. She
yeah,
did.
she,
She had
broke
to-
her feet, her ribs.
And she had to skate
Yeah,
down. And she had to dance through it all.
Oh, yeah.
She was crazy. I was like, "Oh, girl, you need to give up." And she wouldn't give up. Every week, I kept thinking she was going to give up, and she didn't.
No, she was fantastic.
Yeah.
We were really sad that when she didn't
Yeah.
take home the trophy. What
I
is it?
know.
The crown.
The mirror
The
ball.
mirror
The
ball.
mirror ball.
Mirror ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was. She gave it her all, and she was just fantastic. So.
Yeah. No, I thought she was going to go. I really did. I thought
Yeah,
she
I
could have
did
gone all the
too.
way. I really did. Yeah. She
Yeah.
was like in my pick of that. So I love those
Yeah.
kind of shows too. So.
I do too.
And who doesn't want a mirror ball? I mean, come on,
I know.
get real. I do. I seriously. I'm going to have a disco ball.
I
really
think we
am.
need to get mirror balls in here.
I do.
Immediately.
So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today, to all of you. And I really am looking forward to this Edge of Salvation. I want to see you all thugged out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's going to be great.
yeah, I get to see Jonathan Lipnicki all grown up, but turned into a wonderful actor, a wonderful young man. And
Thank you so much.
He's got such a great future ahead of him. I'm very proud of
Thank
him.
you.
And
Yeah, well, but best of luck with all this. Keep us posted and let us know when the trailer's out and when we can direct people to go and check it
Okay,
out
yeah.
and all of that. That would be really great. And good luck to all of that. Right now, we're going to get into some predictions and see what we think is going to happen next week on Dallas.
oh, good. Okay.
Now,
See
your
the lights go
AfterBuzz
crazy.
TV predictions.
I could have lied, by the way, when I said that Lucy wasn't back for any more episodes.
Oh.
Oh. You were just a spoiler alert.
Yes.
I didn't, but I could have.
So what do you think is going to happen from seeing tonight's episode? Do you have any?
Yes, have you read all the scripts or just the ones you were in? Because then this will make this unfair.
Yeah. So
No, honestly, I don't know.
okay.
I genuinely don't know because I was off in London skating when they filmed the last two. So
So what do you think? Do you think John Ross is going to stay in prison?
that I don't know, but I do know this: that there's a heck of a series ending. I heard it's like unbelievable.
Really?
I heard it's great. That's all I can say.
Oh.
What about you? What do you think is going to happen next?
Bobby, being the White Knight, is really going to go to John Ross's side. I really think he's going to pull it out for John Ross, and really, because he believes in family and so much. And even though the way him and John Ross go back and forth at each other, I really do feel that he'll go to John Ross's side to help him, because he doesn't want to see him go through that, being in jail and everything. And I don't think Bobby thinks he really killed anybody.
Really?
Right. Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh.
Mine's a little bit more complicated.
Oh.
I think that they've mentioned a lot of sort of what Rebecca's problems are with the pregnancy and the nosebleed and everything. So I think that Christopher is going to fall back in love with her, and then she's going to lose the babies. 'Cause I think there's too much attention to the medical part of it, and I think that that's what's going to tie them together, and then I think something's going to happen.
She wasn't fooling around. I mean, they're definitely his, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The paternity, like he had a paternity test.
Yes, right.
person,
So that's all-
definitely
okay.
his.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, no, I agree that. Well, it can't be a smooth pregnancy.
No,
on
of
Dallas.
course not.
Absolutely
Of course not.
No,
No.
or she'll trip and fall down. Tommy will push her down the stairs, or like something will happen.
Something's gonna happen.
I don't know, but I think I agree with you. I think that Bobby is gonna, and I think Christopher too are
Yeah.
gonna come to John Ross's aid after he gets. We saw in the
Really?
preview that he gets beat up in prison. Because what I think Bobby ultimately blames JR. and he
Right.
knows that JR is, not. He's taught John Ross all these evil ways and
Right.
made him.
Bobby feels sorry for him. for
Yeah,
sure.
he feels sorry for him not, always needing to be competitive, always wanting to steal things kind of the way that JR did. And you remember, he always says he never wanted the kids to go through that. He wanted them to not fight over the ranch, to have, to kind of be better about that. So I think he's going to kind of go to his aid in that way, thinking that he was kind of pushed into that from his dad a little bit.
Interesting.
I think
There
maybe
we
it
go.
could be that. So, and then I'm curious to see what's going on with Anne. Is she gonna like freak out and fall apart? I don't want to see it.
I don't want that
I want
to
her back to her
happen.
rifle-toting, strong
Yeah, I want her to go like
Texas
that.
woman.
I love when she does that with her rifle.
That was
Yeah.
pretty impressive. I have to say,
Yes.
that was excellent.
Yes, it
So,
was.
Who's?
Oh, that's right. We have a very, very, very special birthday in the house tonight. Our amazing producer tonight, Marissa.
Yay!
Happy birthday, Marissa!
Where's the
happy,
candle?
Happy birthday, Marissa. You do a fantastic job for us, and we love you.
God love her. Yay!
Thank you, guys.
Happy birthday, sweetheart. Oh my God, she does such a great job. That's gorgeous.
Can we get some forks in here? I'm
I
hungry.
know, right?
I'm hungry.
Well, thanks again for
Thank you,
hanging
guys.
out with us.
Thank you for
all
having
of you
me.
guys.
Yes.
We'll have to
love
have
you.
you come back,
Yes.
maybe for like the season finale.
Yes.
Hang out with us.
Or
We'll have to do
if
that.
Lucy comes back.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Definitely.
For sure.
So, if fans want to find you, where can they find you? Do you have a Twitter, Facebook, website?
I have a Facebook fan page that I am so bad at social media. I'm going to be better, I swear. I'm going to learn. I'm learning. I'm getting better. I had a website, but it's not up anymore.
So they can find you on Facebook, right?
Yes, absolutely. Find me on
Jonathan, where
Facebook.
can they find you?
J Lipnicki on Twitter, and also I have a Facebook fan page and a website. So.
Fantastic. And what about, are you going to have a website for the film? And can people look for updates and stuff?
Yeah, LucianoSaber.com has all my projects, and also on Facebook, obviously, and all that.
He's a wonderful writer. He's got tons of scripts coming out of. He's got great.
Perfect.
Well, we're looking forward to all of that. And you can always follow us here at AfterBuzz at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter and on Facebook. And you can follow me at Kellie with an IE 079.
And I'm Ryan A. Carillo, 2 R's and 2 L's.
And I'm Dorinda Barker, and you can follow me at Lula Cherry Films.
So thanks for hanging out with us. We are excited to see what happens on Dallas next week. And a big happy birthday again to Marissa. We love you. And make sure to join us next week. Thanks, guys.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
y'all
later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.